Okay, I'm back watching some more One Piece. Things are getting even crazier. Yes, I know I say that for every single one of these videos, but it's true. Luffy is on Amazon Lily, an all-women island. Let's begin. Looks like he's having a standoff. You got Kizaru and Kuma. I'm gonna I'm a little confused by this. I don't know why anything this monkey man does surprises me at this point. I do like the fact that he's like, okay, I'm gonna surpass those guys. And the thing is, like, Luffy's gonna surpass everyone. Okay, I see. That'll make me okay, I understand now. You need a boat, though. Like, we're not doing anything without a boat. Forget hasty. The man just has issues. He's not the brightest. I love him. He's not the brightest. Don't have any ships. You know, to be honest, the calm belt makes sense, because even when Luffy came flying in, went right through the Sea Kings. So I was like, yeah, okay, it makes sense. It's the calm belt. Oh, okay. The only ship. You know what that means, right? He's gonna have to use that ship. Probably not a good idea. Just give him a barrel and he could probably find his way there. This was a mistake. She's gonna have to save him. Oh, and I like that, though, because she didn't really even hesitate to jump in after him. Like, he's clearly an enemy. You don't really know him. Like, I know him, and I still barely trust him. He scares me. Like, clearly, I guess she's forming some attachment to him. Mm-hmm. Which makes me wonder, why did Kuma send him here? Because there's a particular reason. Now again, like, even when I made my last video, I said, like, you know, there's the Sun Wukong connections. This place looks like ancient China, you know, would be fitting with a Sun Wukong character. Why did he send him here? Probably for the best, to be honest. Probably for the best. You got a good point. Like, I watched a few episodes of this man. I grew attached to him. This shouldn't be a shock. Like, you are a dangerous man. Yeah, these arrows are like explosive. Yeah, why is that? So she's doing something to them. Really? The arrows possess haki. Is that part of the reason why Luffy came here? I mean, can they teach him a little bit about haki? Because again, haki keeps getting introduced more and more and more. You keep asking questions. That lady sounds vaguely like Robin. Am I wrong? Snake Princess has returned. Yeah, I saw that. There was a Navy ship, wasn't there? Yeah, it is definitely a Navy ship. Anchor in the middle of monster-infested waters. Yeah, they killed one of them. Oh, look at this guy. The Marines really are stylish, though. Am I wrong? But yeah, I like so many of the Marine characters, and I also like their perspective. I wish we would see it even more. You don't have to portray them as the good guys necessarily, but like some of my favorite moments and episodes in One Piece have been more Marine focused. I'm not even gonna lie. You see, they have an agreement with her. I'm assuming she's one of the few pirates that has an agreement with the government. They turn people to stone. Like Medusa? Yeah, I'm assuming he's a vice admiral. Oh, we're seeing when he killed it? Yeah, and to be fair, I feel like the Vice Admirals have gone underutilized. I feel like the Marines in general have gone underutilized, which, like, maybe you disagree with that. But again, with like Captain Smoker, I really thought he was being set up as kind of like a rival to Luffy. Somebody who would constantly be on their tail chasing them and they would be constantly avoiding him. He would kind of progress as they did, which I mean, I guess there's plenty of story to tell, so they could do that. But again, like he's basically disappeared from the narrative, so maybe not. Yeah, so he is a Vice Admiral. Look at that. I love his look. He sensed it too. Look at that. Not even a drop of blood on his suit, just magnificent. Momonga, okay. I like that name, it's fun to say. Yeah, I mean, I guess I kind of assumed she was a warlord, judging from, you know, they said that they had an agreement with her. Okay, you get some interesting looks here. I do like all the varying designs. This one here does disturb me. Maybe that's unfair to say. It like I don't really know what's going on here. Please don't talk. Always escape, yeah, okay. That was like vaguely, not entirely, vaguely like the Blackbeard laugh. Okay, I think I see. Like, I'm connecting the dots. I don't know. Sometimes I try not to do this too much, is just like making predictions and things like that. I've always been told I'm very good at making predictions. I also think it helps that, like, particularly, that's basically what I do for my job. I mean, it's more math-based, but my job is basically predictive modeling. I won't really get into it. It seems pretty clear, and they've established Amazon Lily has one ship. Really, there's only one way for Luffy to get off the island, and then, what? This one ship is being called, I mean, you know, it's the people on the ship, particularly BOA Hancock is being called to Navy headquarters, where you have Ace. It seems almost too perfect, right? Like, hey, maybe you can get Luffy onto that ship and then take him to Navy headquarters where his, you know, his brother is being executed. Granted, he doesn't know about any of that, but I have to imagine that that is the end point of this arc. Is somehow Luffy will get on this ship with BOA Hancock. I don't think he'll be a stowaway. And anyway, he'll get to where he needs to get to, you know, try and save his brother. That's what I assume is going to happen. And you know, something I wasn't even really considering though is even with the Warlords of the Sea, but even with Blackbeard, that means he'll be there. And obviously he's got all the history with Whitebeard, his crew, because not only did he betray them, kill Thatch, you know, I still think that that's kind of a creative way of doing it. Edward, Thatch, Teach, the real Blackbeard, and then you split up his name, give one part of it to Edward Newgate, you know, Whitebeard, one part of it to Thatch, the guy he killed, and one part of it to Marshall D. Teach Blackbeard. And they said she's like the most beautiful woman in the world. This should be interesting. Who found that funny? Nobody. I can't really judge her though, considering what Luffy has done to animals, which, like, we're not going to sit here and pretend Luffy hasn't done significantly worse. But the fact is, if she's kind of mean, in some ways that makes her even hotter though. Am I wrong? I'm starting. Shut the flip up, cat. You were in the way. She can do that? Actually, that does make me think. Haki, we've seen, like, even Shanks scared away, like, one of them. Obviously, like, Luffy's used it on other animals and things like that. If you could have, like, the strongest Haki, could you technically get the Sea Kings to listen to you? Like, I don't know. I guess I'm wondering, like, what are the limits of that? It's a whole new power system that I'm trying to, like, learn. I'm trying to learn, like, the limits of. I swear, man, these animators. That is the Sanji face. Okay, maybe it's not as bad. The Pirate Empress. Definition of the world's most beautiful woman. She, like... And again, okay, here's what I will say. Judging from everything I've learned about Amazon Lily and BOA Hancock, just looking at her, like her attire seems to be, and this is going to sound funny, vaguely Chinese. The boat she's on seems to have like some vague Chinese inspiration. Then you have Amazon Lily, which has Chinese, particularly ancient Chinese architecture. You have that one building which looks kind of like the Hanging Temple, or looks like ancient Chinese temples. Anyway, I say all that to say, I think the pirate that she takes the most inspiration from, which I'll learn more about her. So again, don't hold me to this, I could always change my opinion, is the Chinese pirate Qing Shi. Like, there's a lot of implications that could mean. Like, Qing Shi was really one of the most successful pirates in history, when you really think about it. I won't get too much into, like, the history of it right here. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, she would terrify me, though. Not because of, like, her strength or powers. Just like, yeah, no, that would be scary. So does that mean, like, could you technically use, like, the Haki on your fist? Is she much better? First of all, no. I've never seen anyone do as much damage to you as Nami. No one. I would have to imagine you can have your arrows with the Haki. Could you not use, like, the fist? And kicks? Yeah, no, I mean, I think I just see where it's probably going. This man is so cooked. That does remind me, though, Zoro still owes that exorbitant debt, which he will never be able to pay off. You know that one from way back in Logtown? Or Logtown? Yeah, he is so cooked. To be fair, I assume like 90% of the crew owes Nami an insane debt with insane interest they'll never be able to pay off. Look at this monkey man. You see, Luffy, this is the Luffy effect. You will get attached to him. Like, even his adversaries kind of get attached to him. Am I wrong? Does that not sound like Robin? Like the voice actress. Is he climbing this mountain? Just slingshot yourself up. Yeah, these guys are so cooked. He's the only one who's not this Momonga guy. Interesting. Okay. I do see why they call her the most beautiful woman in the world. Jeez. What? Okay. You are making a mockery of the world government. To be fair, the world government is... They're just pushovers to the warlords, but I get it in her case because... Anyway. Honestly, probably. Maybe not you. These other men look like they're willing to die for her. Oh. In the town square of Marineford. Okay. I'm trying to think though. Like, because they want the warlords to be there. So you have the 3 admirals, probably all the warlords. I'm trying to think, like, I don't see how, like, Whitebeard could beat them. Because even when I look at, like, the power system, right? Like they said, like, you had the balance was, like, wasn't it the Navy, the warlords, and the emperors? And if it's, like, if 2 of those are there, and it's just one of the emperors... I don't understand how, like, how the math... the math isn't really mathing. I guess I don't really see how, like, the Whitebeard side could win.
七部会の称号は好きよ。しかし世界政府
But
は
I hate
嫌
the
い。
world government.
命令など聞きとうない。
Well, that seems like a problem.
こういうのはどうじゃ？海兵たちは海で不思議な事故に遭い、体が石になり全滅してしまった。
Yeah, so this feels like, again, something else they took from Greek mythology. So was she like Medusa?
姉様の性格は最悪よ。
I see that.
だけど全て許される。わらわが何をしようとも世界中がそれを許してくれる。なぜならそうよ。わらわが美しいから。
I mean, like, is she wrong though? Like, that's just how the world works. You see, but this makes me think, just the fans for Luffy are just abysmal. We need more support. Like, again, he needs someone like me to be doing marketing for him. We need an insider within the press to be pumping out pro-Luffy stories. We need to get a hold of the press. That's really what we need. Because again, like, this man is going severely underappreciated. Love beam. That was so sudden too. Oh, okay. Use pain to block out the evil thoughts. You can't let the dark thoughts in. Yeah, I would have been cooked. I would have definitely been cooked. Anyway, it just creates an interesting dynamic with that monkey man running amok on our island. Maybe she can undo it. She better undo it. Like, otherwise she just killed like a bunch of people. Good point, actually. Again, if he succumbed to that as well, she could have just been like, oh, who knows what happened with that ship. I mean, I didn't get word that I needed to go in. But she doesn't want to. But she has to, though. You need to take that monkey man with you. They actually, like, stole from the Marines as well. Fair enough. Very fair. I'd be kind of pissed. Like, I'm a vice admiral, and I have my men turned to stone because I'm dealing with one of these warlords that we probably should never trust because they're always scheming, every single last one of them. Yeah, like, clearly you can't trust these warlords. Do as you wish. No, but you need to go in and grab that monkey man and take him with you. Anyway, I assume that's what's going to happen. It just makes too much sense. Again, Luffy has one way off this island. Only one possible way, and she probably just so happens to be going to a place that would make sense for Luffy to go to, so it just makes perfect sense. I'm trying to think of how her powers work, though, because even with her powers, they seem incredibly strong. I wonder if she wasn't always the world's most beautiful woman in people's eyes, if it was only maybe after she took the power that she, like, kind of changed, if that makes sense, kind of like Alvida. But anyway, I am wondering if she was always like that attractive, if maybe the devil fruit made her more attractive, or if it just so happened to go to like the perfect user who was just like the world's most beautiful woman, and then she gets this power that makes this power even like almost overpowered. How do you even fight something like that? Anyway, I guess on to the next. Okay. Honestly, though, something that is cool about this place is how it's just a natural defense mechanism. Like, it makes sense that they could be secluded for so long. Granted, though, and again, it seems only recently that the world government had, like, the sea stone on the bottoms of the ship and stuff like that. Which, again, whatever Dr. Vegapunk is doing is concerning. Mostly because, especially with some of these recent inventions, well, the pacifista, but also, obviously, like the sea prism, makes you wonder what other stuff is he working on, which all of a sudden will tilt everything in favor of just the world government more and more so. So I imagine as the series goes on, like the world government's power is only going to significantly increase, especially with whatever Dr. Vegapunk is doing. Confetti? Okay, this feels a little extreme. I guess not. I mean, like, I just wish people would celebrate Luffy like this from time to time. The man is the future king of the pirates. like on the one hand, it's kind of cool that they inspired the next generation. On the other hand, probably inspired them to do a bunch of horrible stuff as pirates because, again, this is not Luffy and his crew. Like, I don't know what kind of sick stuff these pirates are doing out there. Turning people into stone and stuff like that. She really is tall. Your BOA Hancock, I mean, like, her sisters are obviously, like, borderline giants, not entirely. But BOA Hancock is so tall. That does seem to be a constant theme of the series, is generally speaking, it's not, like, perfect, but if you are a taller or just a bigger character, you are a little stronger. That's not to say like a bigger character is automatically stronger because that's not the case. But like the admirals are big. But again, with like the height thing, the reason I like that so much is because Luffy is small, he's scrawny, but yet he's still the man who will conquer the seas. He's the man who will be king of the pirates. I think there's something cool about that. Feels vaguely. What are we doing with these monkeys? I don't know. I don't know if I like this. Your monkey carriage is ready. She's about to run into some monkey man. No, there's a monkey man running around. I would definitely tell her. This is like, you know, this is a big deal. The Center Sea people. Okay. Interesting way of talking about them. I guess it makes sense. Like, the more and more I think about it, the funnier it gets. Like, they have almost no contact with men ever. And of course, the man who shows up is arguably like the craziest person out there. Nothing could have prepared them for him. Okay, so she's gonna see like Whitebeard, Ace, and stuff like that. Okay, yep. She's gonna think that that's insulting or destroy it or something like that. Like, what do we think is gonna happen? I just met this lady. I could tell you she's gonna break it. Scubbies. Somebody needs to tell her about the monkey man. That, I could not have said it better myself. A rather violent monkey appeared in the jungle and started committing crimes. Like, what are you gonna do? I just think that that's hilarious. Not wrong. Okay, it is too perfect. Am I wrong? I don't know. I just love the way she was like, a monkey. No, first of all, not a monkey, the monkey. As I said in the last episode, I know, like, she has the only ship, the only way of getting off this island. She happens to be heading to a place that would be perfect for Luffy to go, particularly to go and save his brother. So it's like, you know, I know that that's the natural endpoint of this arc. He will end up on her ship somehow. It's a matter of how does he get there? What are the circumstances? This island really is beautiful though. It is like paradise. I love this. It's like Tarzan. I love it every time he shouts Yahoo! Just brings me back to all the different Mario games and things like that. And he is right over the river. You saw that face though? That was a funny face. Is somebody gonna fish him out? Maybe Margaret. Anywhere this man goes. Sure, I don't, like, how do you look at that and be like, men are stubborn? No, whatever the flip that was completely insane. It has nothing to do with being stubborn. Like, he's just being carried away by a fish. I do like how the snakes can have, like, so many different purposes. They could turn into bows and things like that. She's gonna sit on a boa constrictor? Jesus, man, these animators are thirsty. The height difference is staggering. Mm-hmm. Shut the flip up. Shut the flip up. Why doesn't she want to go, though? Because, like, I know she's not scared. Does she just not like listening to the government? I guess because she says she hates the world government. Yeah, that's probably it. It seems fully within their right to be like, hey, this is one of the times we need you. No, you can't trust the warlords. Like, it was a stupid idea to begin with. Even on her. Gee, it's almost like nobody it doesn't work on. I guess even with Amazon Lily, it's fascinating that all the children born are women. I wonder if it has something to do with prophecy. Maybe it has to do with like, anyway, something that happened a long time ago. Where are you getting the fog? What is this charlatan doing? What? You would be well within your rights to have this witch burnt at the stake. Agreed. Like, honestly, a public execution seems only fair. Gloriosa, ex-empress of Amazon Lily from 3 generations ago. What does that imply, though? They did say, like, what is it? Strength here is like everything. So maybe someone can challenge you for the spot of empress. And if they beat you, then they become empress. What happened to the other ex-empresses then? Having an ex-empress here does feel like you're just setting yourself up for trouble. The height difference is so crazy. That face is so smug, I swear. What is going on here? Excessively looking down on others? What, she's looking so far down, she's looking up or something stupid like that? You deserted this land. Okay, I don't really love the elder abuse. She deserted. Details in the One Piece story are not dropped for no reason, most of the time. Like every detail has a purpose why it's there. What the flip? Is she gonna throw her? No. You know her. I met her like 5 minutes ago and I know it's bait. What the flip did you expect? Good form. It was like Shohei Ohtani with that, man. Fall damage isn't really a problem in the One Piece world. Yeah, they've established they'll just forgive her for anything. You know, to be fair, the old lady will be fine. Somebody really needs to tell her more about that monkey. Forget the woman. You gotta think about the monkey. The monkey is a troublemaker. Impressive. To be fair, fall damage doesn't really exist. Okay. Yeah, this is not going to keep out the monkey man. It's funny, you always have to defend from the skies. It's what I say every time. The skies. Like, that's how he met Nami. He came in from the skies, got up, and it was like, I don't know what the flip just happened, but it was awesome. The amount of times he just randomly falls from the skies. How did he get into Arlong Park? Came in from the skies on a boat. Like, just... He's going to come from the skies. I do wonder if he'll ever get his flying Nimbus. Probably not. We need to get Luffy a flying Nimbus. Can we do that? This feels like a fabricated story. Feels like the kind of thing that you tell because you don't want to tell the actual story. I don't think that it can't be for other people's safety. They don't really even seem to care that much about the other people. Am I wrong? Well, particularly BOA Hancock. Where's the monkey man? Anyway, where's Luffy? They speak of the devil and he shall appear. Does that really hurt your rubber? Anyway, but I do love seeing Luffy on his own because, like, Luffy is my favorite character. I do get the most enjoyment out of watching Luffy, just watching him operate. Like, just that chaotic nature of his where he just moves the plot along is the reason why I find by far his scenes the most entertaining. Well, one, they're the most relevant to the plot most of the time. And 2, he's also a crash out, so that's nice. Snakes. No. They're crying. He scared away the snakes. He ran up the freaking mountain. Why was he even bothering to climb before? We know where this ends, right? Like they established you can't see their backs when they bathe. This monkey man is obviously gonna end up in that bath. Somehow. But like, I don't think it's what they were saying though. This feels like kind of a fake story. Seeing his thought process is always a thing of beauty. I love it where he doesn't have the other crew to rely on and he just has to think things through. He does feel like a child, just exploring, right? I like that. I mean, he is rather young. I don't know how old he is, 16, 17 or something like that. Is he gonna go and find her? Fair enough. You see, he's right. Like, I love his thought process. He's ending up in that bath. You know, does he think he's not gonna go through? Like, what does he do? He's gonna fall through the roof. Anyway, I'm dying to see this interaction. What did you think? Obviously. I think this basically confirms her story was fake. It's not gonna turn into stone. Yeah, get up. It's just... It's bad. I love the way he did that. Safe. Imagine you look up and you see this deranged man. I assume he saw the back. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. There's a lot of fog. Yeah, he's the monkey you were told about. Monkey D. Luffy. Okay, so he definitely saw it. Okay, but like that implies she's ashamed of whatever's on her back. Like it wasn't for his safety. I mean, he clearly didn't turn into stone, so that was just a bogus story. Familiar. Yeah, no, he definitely saw it. Okay, so yeah, 100% it was a bogus story. She's kind of pissed, so it wasn't to protect anyone. She's clearly, I guess, embarrassed about something. Even when you think about it, this is the interaction. Granted, you got like 10 seconds of it. This is the interaction I've been waiting on since they introduced like a pirate empress, most beautiful woman in the world, all this stuff, and Luffy. These two could not be more different. I don't think this will immediately go well, but I still have to imagine somehow he will end up catching a ride on the ship to Ace's execution. That's what I assume has to happen. I will say though, this place, Amazon Lily, is fascinating. You have Luffy here. I mentioned all the connections with like Sun Wukong and China, and this place feels vaguely like China. Getting to see Luffy on his own is so fun. He ended up where he needed to. He's going to talk to this important woman. I have to imagine it's not going to go well. This is not like a great first impression. Like, it could be worse. He could be Sanji, and that it definitely would have gone worse. I am curious about her powers, though. Because even with Luffy, he's not like... I don't know, like would her powers work on him? Should be interesting though. I know he's not going to turn into stone. Is it also possible that maybe like his rubbery powers would protect him from turning into stone? Like simply for the fact that he is rubber? Because I have to imagine he's not going to turn into stone, at least I don't think so. Things are getting more and more interesting. I guess I'm done rambling for now. I know I talked a lot in this video. What do you think? If you want to see more, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.